Hey everybody, Sean here. We're going to be talking about the 2D plan in Onyx today. We are back on our show file. This is the fictitious Church on the Hill show file, and if your church's name is Church on the Hill, don't take offense to this. We're just using your church name to make this fictitious show file. The 2D plan is a way to kind of lay out your lights kind of visually 2D, so this is not going to be 3D visualization. This is just going to be 2D. So that way you can look and click and program as your heart's content. So to get started, we got to put the 2D plan into edit mode. So right now we're in live mode, now we're in edit mode. And I've got a page here created. And we can add more pages, so if you want to do multiple layouts, go for it. In this case, we're going to do a singular layout. And let's start by placing some fixtures onto the 2D plan. Let's start with the front lights. So let's select all 12 front lights. And we'll go to the 2D plan. We're going to select add. I want to say fixtures. We can do several. We can make a matrix of fixtures. We can mirror. We can add all these layouts. But in this case, we're just going to do the freestanding. As you saw, just place the light. Okay. And 1 and 2 got overlapped there. So what I want to do is let's get all these fixtures in a line. So this is all our front lighting, 1 through 12. Let's talk about some options that you can use to make this look pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and select all these, and I'm going to use the align, and we can do a spread. You know, we can do all kinds of cool things here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do align bottom, and then let's go ahead and let's do so you can do it like that, or in this case we'll do 12 columns, we'll do a 1 space. So now you're kind of left with this. I like to do this, and this is under the align, and I'm using the layout tool. So we'll take all 12 of these and we'll put these kind of like this. Now then, so we got our 12 front lights placed on the grid here. I'm going to go back and we'll select. First thing we'll do is we'll clear. We'll select our first 3 key lights. These will be the stage. These will be the stage right key lights. So we'll add these into our 2D plan. We'll add. We'll do our free select, because I'll do a layout like I did earlier. This time I'll actually kind of freehand these. Something like that. There are some other options we can talk about. So we can actually, you can actually set your fonts. You want to add fonts. The other big thing that you can do, if I remember how to do it, you can do layers. And I can actually do a snap to grid. So when I select a light here, I'm going to select a unit. It should snap to grid. Well, I'm seeing that is not working the way it should be. So let's go back up here. Let's see if I can remember how to do that. Okay. Okay, so it's not really wanting to work out. So it's kind of our freehand. Let's go add the other 3 key lights. It's actually incorrect. Actually, no, that was correct. So this is kind of our layout of our front and key lighting. Now then, we can go ahead and we can add our uplights. So I'll go ahead and I'll select our stage right uplights. And I'll go into our 2D plan and we'll add those two accordingly. And those will actually be here and here. And then we can add our backstage ups. And we'll actually do an alignment for these. Sorry about that, my phone is going off. So here's our backlights, and I will align those to the top. Well, something like that. And then we'll go and we'll add our other two uplights. Add gang fixtures. I'll select those two. And we'll align to the bottom. We'll select all of these. And I'll align to the top. And as you can see, I'm just kind of making a layout of what the lights would be like at this fictitious church on the hill. Okay, so there we go. There's kind of our layout. So now then, we need to add our house lights into the layout. So we'll just go over here. Now here's what I like to do with this kind of stuff. House lights, I'm not going to lay them out the way they look in the house. I'm going to add them, but I'm going to go ahead and add them in a group. Okay, so there's our house lights. All 12 of them. So we'll deselect those. Let's get out of here, OBS. Now then, we'll go ahead and we'll do our hazers. And those... live on either side of the stage. Okay, so now then, let's add our truss objects. So in this case, our moving head washes. These are all upstage. We go back to our 2D plan. We'll add, and I'll do the same thing. I don't like that, so I'll just do an align. There we go. And those kind of live on downstage. And then we have some, there's a little bit more upstage. So if we got some downstage spot movers, we'll go ahead and we'll add those. And I'll just do the same thing. I'll just, add And then I'll actually do my so you kind of get an idea of where it all is. Okay, so now you can see we've got all of our fixtures laid out onto the list, but you don't want to click every fixture individually, so check this out. You can actually add your groups. So let's say I want to go to my groups, and I want to add the front lighting group. We'll just replace it. And I'm going to put it right there in the middle. Let's go ahead and let's add our house lights group. I'm just going to put it right here, right in between all of the house lights. Okay, so now then we can do our uplights group, and I'll just kind of put it right here in between. I'll put it off to the left here, and then we want to add our key lighting group. I'll just put it off to the side of here by the left key lights. We'll add our moving washes.
Hey guys, hey Squid Stream.
My wife is back there starting a live stream, so please ignore that. And we'll add our moving spots. We'll just put those right there between the moving spots. Okay, so as you can see now, I've got a complete layout and good measures.
Over here.
Lord, let's just go ahead and, we'll
It's over here. That was one
add the
horse.
hazers. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a nice layout, and if I go to live, I can click on anything in these layouts, and I can manipulate them. I can click on the house lights, go to 100% intensity. We can change the color. You see, I can get really creative with this. So, finally, there's some other things you can do in your 2D plan. You can actually add some primitive objects. You can actually add, you can just draw a line. So see, now I got a line on my layout. You can also add boxes. And I can scale it up, down, left, right. You can add circles, so again, you can scale it all the way around. So you can see this is fairly flexible. You can also do dialo zones in here, and you can zone fixtures, so you can do combined fixtures. So as you can see, this is very powerful. This gives you the access to program without having to be like, okay, which one's front light 1, which one's front light 4, you have to figure it all out. You can look at it kind of a little more visually, bird's eye overhead view of your stage. So this is the 2D plan in Onyx.